sequential list. So this will extends the abstract list. Okay, right? So to use collection that uses a sequential rather than random access to elements, right? Similarly, we are having linked list. So this will implements a linked list by extending the abstract sequential list. Okay, array list we are having. So here it will be used for dynamic array implementation, right? It will be used for dynamic array implementation, and this will extend a abstract list, right? So next we are having array DQ. Array DQ. So this implements a dynamic DQ by extending abstract collection and implementing the DQ interface. Okay. So next we are having abstract set. Abstract set. So this will extend the abstract collection and implements the set interface. So here similarly we are having enum set. Again it will extend the abstract set for use with enum elements. Again similarly we are having hash set. Hash set. So this extends abstract set uh, for use with a hash table, right? So similarly, we are having linked hash set, priority queue. And what is this linked hash set? So this extends hash set to allow the insertion order iterations. Okay. Similarly, we are having a priority queue. This will extend a abstract queue to support a priority based queue tree set. So this will implement a set stored in a tree. Okay. So these are the various classes we are having inside the collection. Okay, these are the various collection classes we are having. Okay, kindly remember if the question comes list the collection classes, list the collection classes, then you should list all these collection classes. Okay, so these are all built-in classes we are having: abstract collection, abstract list, abstract queue, abstract sequential list, a linked list, array DQ, abstract set, enum set, hash set, linked hash set, priority queue, and tree set. Okay, these are the collection classes we are having here. Now we'll see a one by one these collection classes. Okay, first we'll see array list, the array list class. Okay, this one. First we will see array list class. Okay, so in this one we will see what is array list and how to create array list, what are the constructors are there for this array list, and what are the methods that can be operated on this array list, and how to convert a list into a array list into a array, and how to increase the size of the array list manually, and how to decrease the size of the array list manually. Okay, so all these concepts we will now just we will discuss. Clear? So what is this array list class? So array list class, remember this is a collection class we are having. Okay, it is collection class. So you just see, so array list this is extends abstract list and implements the list interface. Already we have seen here. So implements, so this is a dynamic array by extending the abstract list, right? Array list extends the abstract list and implements the list interface. Now we'll see what is this array list, right? So it supports the dynamic arrays. Okay, array list is nothing but it supports the dynamic arrays. When the term comes here, dynamic means whenever there is a need, we will just increase the size of the array. Whenever there is no need, we will just decrease the size of the array, right? So in Java, uh, so whatever the arrays we are having, all the arrays are of fixed length. Okay, all the arrays are of fixed length, right? Once we create the array, so it cannot grow or it cannot be shrinked, right? So what is the disadvantage of this one? What is the disadvantage of this? Since the size of the array is fixed, so before storing the elements into the array, the programmer might not be knowing how many elements we are going to store, right? So hence we don't know the exact size, right? We don't know the exact size or exact number of elements that will be stored inside the array. Hence we need a dynamic array, so that whenever it is necessary it will just increase the size, whenever it is not necessary it will just decrease the size. So that option is provided by this array list. Okay, that option is provided by this array list. What is this array list? It supports the dynamic array concept, right? Dynamic arrays means the array can be, so array grows as it needs, and again it will shrink if it is needed, right? Is it clear? So to implement the dynamic arrays, we will use the collection class, array list. Okay, to implement the dynamic arrays, we will use the collection class array list. So before this, whatever the arrays we are having in our standard Java programming, we are having arrays of fixed size. If the fixed size is means that the programmer must know before only what is the number of elements or what is the size of the array, then he should declare, right? So that was a major problem we are having. So by this dynamic arrays, we can solve that particular problem, right? So now how to declare this array list? Okay, how to declare this array list class? So just to see here, class array list of E, right? Class array list of E. So this E specifies the type of the objects that we are going to store inside this particular array list. Is it clear? Is it clear what is array list? Array list is a collection class which supports the dynamic arrays concept. Means the array can be grow as it needs or it can shrink if it not needed, right? So that is what the array list. How to declare the array list class? So we will use a class array list, class array list of E. So here E represents, so here E represents the type of the objects that we are going to store inside this array list. Is it clear? Is it clear? What is array list? Array list is a collection class which supports dynamic arrays, that can grow as needed. Okay, which supports the dynamic arrays that can grow as needed. So what was the drawback we are having with the standard Java? We are having arrays of fixed size, right? Arrays of fixed size, right? So once the arrays are created, it cannot grow or shrink, right? It cannot grow or shrink because it is fixed. So hence we need a dynamic arrays. This is supported by the array list collection class. Okay. So now you can just see here, array list is a variable length array of object references. Okay, so it can dynamically increase or decrease in size. Is it clear? Is it clear what is array list and how to declare the array list? Okay, now what are the constructors we are having to create a array list? Okay, so we can create a array list with the three constructors. You can just see here. The first one says array list. So here it is an empty array list we are having. Okay, so here it is a empty array list, right? Here it is a empty array list. This is one constructor. Second one, you just see array list of collection extends E collection C. So builds this builds an array list that is initialized with the elements of this collection C. Okay. So builds a array list that is initialized with the elements of this collection C. Okay. Okay. The third one you can just see. Third one. So here we are giving the capacity. So here we are giving the capacity, right? So here capacity indicates the initial value by this capacity this array list will be created. Later, if it needs means we can extend, or if it not needed, then it can decrease. Okay. So this is how the three ways where we can create a array list. First one, empty array list we are creating. Second one, we are creating an array list and initializing with the contents of or the elements of a collection. Third one, we are specifying the capacity of the array list, or we are specifying the size of the array list. Okay. So as the elements are added into the array list, so this capacity may grow, or if we are deleting the elements, this capacity can automatically decrease. Clear? That is why major this array list is dynamic. Dynamic means based on the need, it can increase the size or it can decrease the size automatically, right? So that is what. So here you are specifying the capacity, right? So this capacity will grow automatically whenever a new elements are, or whenever the elements are added to a array list. Is it clear? These are the three ways by which we can create a array list, right? So first one, array list. creates a empty array list. Second one creates a array list and initializes that with a collection. Third one, we are specifying the capacity. Okay. Okay. So this array list will be created with this particular capacity. Again, if it is not uh, uh, if it is not enough, then automatically as we add the elements, automatically this array list will be grown, right? It will extend the array list. Okay. So this is what with respect to this one. Okay. Now we'll see an example. Okay. Now we'll see an example. Okay. So how to create array list, how to create array list, and how to add elements into array list, and how to remove elements into a array list. Clear? Is it clear? Is there any doubt? What is array list and what are the constructors we are having? How to declare a array list, right? How to declare a array list, right? So this is how we will declare a array list, right? This is how we will declare a array list, and these are the constructors we are having to create a array list, right? And now next we will, with the help of the example, we will try to understand how to use methods to add the elements into the array. Means array list, if you are using, as we are adding the elements, so dynamically it should grow, right? Dynamically it should grow. As we are deleting the elements, so it should shrink. That is what the dynamic, right? So next, with the help of the example, we will just see whether this array list is dynamic in nature or not. I hope this example we learned in the previous class, right? The same example we will take. Okay, the same example we will take here. You can just see here. So we are creating an array list. Okay, we are creating an array list here. You can just see here, right? So we are creating an array list. We are creating an array list, right? We are creating an array list, and we are referencing that array list by the AL, right? So by this AL, we are referring to the array list, right? So next, my question is how to add strings into the array list. Okay, how to add strings into the array list. Kindly observe here how to add strings into the array list. Now, if I want to add strings into the array list, then the array list should be of type string, right? If I just wanted to add the strings into the array list, then array list should be of type string. Okay. Okay. Next. So next we'll go to add the strings into the array list. Okay, so first we learned so the size method is used to check the size of the collection here. So here since just now we created, it will give the size as 0, right? We know yesterday we have seen, right? Yesterday we have seen, right? Now see, you just see an empty array list has been created here. Okay, an empty array list has been created. Not even we are specifying the capacity of the array list here. We are not specifying any capacity of the array list, right? We are not specifying any capacity of the array list, and we are not specifying create array list and initialize that with the elements of the array list. No, we are not specifying, right? So here it is empty list. Now, so because as we know, this array list is a dynamic in nature, as we add the elements into that one, so automatically it will grow, right? So here you can just see here we are just adding the strings, we are just adding the strings into the array list, right? We are adding the strings into the array list. We just see al dot add of c. What is c? C is a string we are having. Similarly, a is a string, e is a string, b, d, f, a2, all these are strings, right? So we are just adding the strings into the array list. Okay, now again if I check this one size, again if I check this size, again if I check this size, again if I check this size, what we are getting? Again, if I check the size, what we are getting here, so we are getting the size as 7. So you see, automatically it is increasing the array size, right? Based on the elements we are adding, automatically it is increasing the size, right? Based on the elements we are adding, automatically the size of the array has been increased. Now, can we come to a conclusion that this array list collection, is dynamic, right? To support dynamic arrays, we can go to a array list collection class. Okay, now this is one. Can we frame a question here? Explain how the dynamic arrays can be achieved in Java programming. Okay, or how to use dynamic arrays in Java programming. By the use of array list collection class, we can achieve the dynamic array concept. Okay, now next question: create a collection and explain how to add and remove strings in array list, or what is an array list, and explain how to add and remove strings into the array list. Are you getting the questions? Okay, so this is how the questions can be framed, right? So the dynamic arrays can be achieved by the use of array list collection class. This is how we'll create a array list. The initial size of the array is 0. So once we add these elements, again if I check the size, so it is giving 7, means based on the elements we are adding into the collection, so it is changing the size, right? Again here you can just see, so we are removing the strings from the array list. And after removing, so dynamically it is decreasing the size of the array list. So hence we can come to a conclusion: array list is a dynamic array. Okay, to support a dynamic array, we will use array list collection class. Okay, next, how to add strings into an array list and how to remove strings from the array list. So this is how we can add strings into a array list, and this is how we can remove strings from the array list. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So next, I told one more point that we can also increase manually the size of the array, or we can also decrease the size of the array manually by the use of ensure capacity method. Okay. So once we call this method, automatically array list object, we can increase the size, or we can manually set the size of the array list. Okay, so right, so why we are using this ensure capacity method? Okay, we can increase the capacity of the array list object manually by calling the ensure capacity, right? So why it is required? So already we are having the concept of a dynamic arrays by the use of array list, right? So why it is a ensure capacity is required? So because by dynamic array concept, so each and every time we are adding the element into the array and we are deleting the elements from the array list, the array list gets modified, right? So this means several times this reallocation is happening, right? Several times reallocation is happening. Kindly you think, since it is in dynamic in nature, whenever a new item is added, so it will again reallocate the array list. Whenever the element is removed, again it will reallocate the array list. So here unnecessary reallocations are happening, right? Unnecessary reallocations are happening with the case of dynamic array, right? So with this unnecessary reallocations are happening, so significantly it will affect the performance, right? Significantly it will affect the performance. Okay, now if we know, what is a number of elements are, what is the size of the elements are, if we can reduce the number of reallocations, then automatically we can ensure the, or we can improve the performance, right? If we can reduce number of reallocations, means at a time we are allocating one, if you are giving ensuring the capacity, or if you are giving the capacity of the array list, at once it will allocate, right? At once it will allocate, means at a mass, in a bulk it is allocating, right? So this reallocations will be automatically reduced. So by this your performance can be improved. This is the advantage of manually increasing the capacity of the array list. Clear? What is the advantage of manually increasing the capacity of array list? Because as the array list is dynamic in nature, each and every time we add the element and we remove the element from the array list, so reallocations will be happening. So this will significantly affect the performance, right? This will significantly affect the performance. Hence, if we know the number of elements, or if we can reduce the number of reallocations by calling the ensure capacity method, then we can improve the efficiency and the performance of a program, right? Is it clear? Okay, so that is why it is suggested that, or it is good to manually allocate by calling the ensure capacity method. Okay, so how we can call, you can just see void ensure capacity of int cap. Okay, void ensure capacity of, so capacity here, cap is nothing but a capacity. So here we are specifying the capacity, means what is the size of the array list, what is the size of the array list. Okay, again if suppose let us take if 50 elements I need, if 50 elements I need to store inside the array list, but while declaring somewhere I thought that 45 is enough, then I gave the capacity as 45. Okay, so then since the array list is dynamic in nature, after 45 up to 45 no reallocations will be happening. After 45, whenever you add the element, again it will be reallocated. Okay, so this is what, sir, it is not that, sir, here we are specifying the capacity so it will be fixed in nature. No, up to that it will be reallocations will be avoided. After filling that capacity, again if you try to add the element, again it will be extended, again it will increase the size. Okay, and again so this is with respect to adding the elements. Again, when you try to removing the elements, or you wanted to suppose you allocated 50 locations. Okay, you specified the capacity as 50 and you added only 20, elements into the array list. What about this 30? So we should bring it back to the size of the array list. So for that one we can use this trim to size method. We can use trim to size. Okay, so we can reduce the size of the array that underlies to a array list object, so that precisely as large as number of elements in the array list. Okay, to the number of elements in the array list we can bring it back, so by the use of trim to size method. Okay, so how to use? So void trim to size. Okay, void trim to size. Is it clear? This is how by the use of ensure capacity and trim to size we can increase or decrease the size of the array manually. Am I clear? Kindly respond, please.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. So next concept we are having how to obtain this array from the array list. How to obtain the array from the array list? Kindly observe here. Obtaining an array from array list. Okay, so what is the actual array that contains the contents of the list? Okay, so that we can achieve by the use of by calling a to array method. So we can obtain this array from array list by calling to array method. Okay, so which is defined inside the collection, right? So what is the advantage of obtaining the array from the array list? So one is to be faster processing times for certain operations. Okay, next to pass an array to a method that is not overloaded to accept a collection, and to integrate collection based code with the legacy code that does not understands the collections. Okay, so these are the advantages of obtaining the array from array list. Okay, to obtain an array from the array list, we will use to array method. We will use to array method. Okay, so these are the advantages we are having to obtain the array from the array list. So this can be achieved by calling to array method. Now, so we can call this to array method in two ways. One is this one. Okay, one is this one. Other one is this one. In the first one, it will return. In the first one, it will return the an array of objects. Okay, the first it will return an array of objects, whereas the second one returns an array of elements that have the this type T. Okay, so the first one will return an array of objects, the second one will return an array of elements of type T. Okay, an array of elements of type T. Now we will see an example how to use this to array method, or how to obtain this array from the array list. How to obtain an array from the array list. Okay. Now you just see here. Now you just see here. Okay, so just observe here what is happening in this example. So first we created an array list of type integer. We created an array list of type integer. Now we can store a integer. You just see this integer. It is a type wrapper. It is a type wrapper. Whatever the values, primitive values we are giving, automatically auto boxing and unboxing will happen. Kindly remember that one. So it will in turn call toString method. Okay, it will in turn call the toString method to display these objects into a primitive types. Okay, that is unboxing will happen automatically when we are adding these primitives into this array list into this collection. So because of this type wrapper, automatically it will be type wrapper, means auto boxing will happen. And remember this point. Okay, so here we are specifying the type means it this array list can store integers. Okay, now array list has been created. Now here we are adding the elements into the array list, right? We are adding the elements into the array list. Okay, so let me execute this. Okay, now when we print this contents of AL, after adding this we are getting 1 2 3 4, right? We are getting 1 2 3 4, right? So these elements has been added inside the array list. Now we are having array list with us. Our question is obtain array from array list. Okay, now we are having array list. Now from this array list we should obtain array. Okay, we should obtain array, right? So for that you just see here. So we declared one array IA. Okay, we declared one array IA, and that is initialized with the size of this collection. Now an array of size 4 has been created. Is it clear? Okay. Okay. See, up to here array list has been created. So this is the code to create and add the elements into the array list. Now our question is obtain the array from this array list, right? So how to obtain the array? So we created one array and we initialized with the size of the collection. Okay, now here you just see we are using to array method. We are using to array method to obtain array from array list. So what is array list? Array list is AL, right? Array list is AL, right? So AL dot to array of this type we are having. Means by this auto unboxing will happen, and that will be stored inside this array. Is it clear? Okay, so collection, that is array list dot to array returns an array of elements. So since we are here, we are passing here the type, so that will be automatically unboxed, and these elements we are storing inside the array IA. Now we are having normal array with us. Okay, now we are having normal array with us. So just we are trying to find the sum of these array elements. Okay, the sum of these array elements, initially sum is 0. Then we are using one for each style for loop. We are using one for each style for loop for int I, okay, colon IA. So here you can just see for loop, we are taking one iterator I. Okay, we are taking one iterator I, and the array we are passing. So here in for each style, so this iterator starts from the index 0. It will go up to the end of this array. Okay, it will cycle through all the elements of this particular array. There is no need to initialize this iterator variable. There is no need to check the condition. There is no need to use condition. So that is increment or decrement operation here. So since for each style we are using, it will iterate from the first element to last element of this array. Is it clear? It will go from first to last. Okay, so initially sum is a 0, so it is nothing but a sum plus is equals to I is nothing but a sum is equals to sum plus I, right? So what is this I? The first element. Okay, what is this I? The first element. Yes or no? The first element, right? So next I will be incremented again, it will add second element. Next I will be incremented again, it will add third element. So finally we are getting the sum as 10. Finally we are getting the sum as 10, right? So here an array will be returned here, right? An array will be returned. Yes or no? So here right, so here the sum of that array is this one. The sum of that array is this one, right? Okay, so let me take one more here for each style. Here let me take, I will delete this sum. Okay, so instead of sum I will just print I. Okay, now let me execute this. Okay, you just see here the array elements are 1 2 3 4, right? So the array elements are 1 2 3 4, right? Whereas the contents of AL are this one, and these are the array elements which we obtained. See here, which we obtained this the contents of this IA, which we obtained by calling the toArray method. Okay, by calling the toArray method. Okay, is it clear? How to obtain an array from the array list? So we can obtain the array from the array list by calling the toArray method. Okay. Can you respond, please? The examination, if you are demonstrating this sum, it is also okay, or else it is not required. Sir, we will just obtain the array and just we will print the array. It is also okay. Okay, it is also okay, no problem. Is it clear? Can you respond, please?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just
Sir.
we are creating one array list. Okay, just we are creating an array list and we are displaying the array list by this statement. And here we are creating an array, and that array we are initializing with the size of the array list. Then we are obtaining the array by calling the toArray method. Then we are displaying that array. That's it. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today what we discussed, some of the classes in a collection. Okay, right? And in that we discussed the first one, array list class, right? So it is a collection class which will support the dynamic array. Before the dynamic array, each time manually it should increase or it should decrease, right? It should increase or it should decrease, right? So for that, to make an array as a dynamic in nature, we gone for the array list, right? And next, we have seen how to create array list and what are the various constructors we are having in a array list, right? Right, how to create an array list and what are the various constructors we are having in array list. And next we have seen how to add strings into an array list, how to add strings into an array list, and how to remove strings from the array list, how to demonstrate the dynamic nature of array list as we are adding. You just observed here as we are adding, right? As we are adding the element, the array size has been, array list has, the size of the array list is increased. After deleting, the array size of the array list is getting decreased, so it is dynamic, right? So this is how we can add the strings into the array list, and this is how we can remove the strings from the array list. So in the next example we have seen how to create an array list, and how to obtain array from the array list, how to obtain array from the array list. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you are having no doubt, then shall we wind up the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.